Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Ruben Amorim press conference reaction show and Marc Skinner's press conference reaction as well, because, Marc Skinner did one as well today, for the Man United women's team. So I'm going to be reacting to that one as well. So big up to every single one of you who's live and locked in already this evening. Much appreciated. Now, if you're new to our YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button? You want to see plenty more Manchester United videos. I upload F1 videos as well. I review football shirts. I talk about loads of other games apart from football as well. And please subscribe to my second channel, Mr. Joshy J Football channel. Link is in the description. Also, subscribe to my Mr. Joshy J Extra channel. Link is in the description and pinned on top of the live chat. And in the description to this video is my channel membership. Yes, I have a level 1 and level 2 membership. So if anyone wishes to become a YouTube channel member today, you can find all the information pinned on top of the live chat. And if you're watching afterwards, it's also in the description as well. But big up to every single one of you who's live and locked in already this evening. Much appreciated. So I'm going to get to you guys in the live chat. Just to go, I get to you guys in the live chat. With these press conferences, Ruben Amorim one, it is a blind reaction. I've not listened to a single bit of it. Marc Skinner's I've already listened to, but I want to react to it anyway, because I thought he answered the media very well, Marc Skinner. So, yep, I will be doing that as well, people. And it's an opportunity for you guys to hear it who haven't heard it yet. So, yep, comments, the sound like who's in the live chats. Mr. Joshy J, if Sesko does not score against Brentford, he will be 007 James Bond by the end of this week. Big up to you, Danny Outsourcing Bash. Ethan, Josh, can't wait for another Brentford win tomorrow. Big up to you, Michael Chelsea FC Geezer. I mean, I think Brentford, no doubt about it, will be favourites, mate. Big up, Josh, mate. Good to see you, mate. Bash. Big up to you, Adam Partridge. Good evening, mate. Brentford's long throw could be the problem for Manchester United. Josh, I only listen to Sonia Babstore, lads. Yep, you don't listen to Enzo Maresca, do you, geezer? You only listen to Sonia's press conference, which is fair enough. So, yep, let's see what Ruben Amorim's got to say. Now, I may stop it halfway through, people, if I want to call out anything or if anything should be mentioned. So, what am I expecting from this press conference? Well, one thing I already know is, even before listening to it, Amad Diallo is not available tomorrow because, unfortunately, he's had a family emergency. So, best wishes go out to Amad Diallo, which is a shame he's not going to be involved, but it is what it is, people. So, yep, now let's see if there's any banger mash waffle being spoken about, because I am expecting a bit of banger mash waffle, to be honest. Even though I like sausage and mash, listening to banger mash waffle and press conferences, no thank you. But why'd you react to them then? Because I can, okay? This is my YouTube channel. If I want to react to them, I will. It's as simple as that. Right, let's have a listen to Ruben Amorim. See if he's been saying anything good. Now, what are the words I'm expecting to hear? The buzzwords, context, I'm expecting to hear that. Process, I'm expecting to hear that as well. See, it's like a Mr. Joshy J bingo. Lee Gunner's doing a press conference reaction as well about the same time. He's meant to start at 10 o'clock, but he's running a bit behind schedule. Just seen it in my subscriptions. That's hilarious. Right. Anyway, let's get to it. No, not Tub. Ruben, I want. Fuck's sakes. Yep. 6 minutes and 11. This will be interesting one then.
Afternoon, Ruben. Looking ahead to tomorrow, what's the availability?
I think Leach is out. Casemiro is out because of.
Well, Martinez has been out for a little while now, so not surprised about that one. Anyway, let's continue.
The red card. Ahmad is not here. Someone in his family passed away, so we are.
Yeah, best
all the support
wishes go out to him.
We understood that was important for him to have his time and to return home. The rest is fit and ready to play.
I was going to say, is Nusem Mazraoui?
It's not also. He's not going to be until we stop for a national team, so he's out also.
You've obviously got a very important.
What? He's only just came back, Mazraoui. Fuck's sake.
Win last weekend. How important is it now to finally get back-to-back Premier League wins? It's something the club haven't achieved for longer than a year.
I mean, that is just mind-blowing, isn't it, people? The fact that he's yet to win back-to-back games in the Premier League as Manchester United manager, Ruben Amorim. I mean, oh my goodness, nowhere near sustainable for the elite high standards of this football club. Let's get it right here, people. Yeah, it's absolutely getting the narrative right. Anyway, let's continue.
It's really important. I think that, and we talk about that in the end of the game. It's really important for us to have that sense of urgency that we need to win. No matter what, and it's going to be really difficult. Every time we start preparing the game and you watch the next opponent, you think it's going to be really, really tough. I have that feeling, but for me, we cannot control the result of the game. But for me, the most important thing is to start the game the way we start against Chelsea, the way we start against Burnley, the way we start against Arsenal. These kind of games, we need to be really focused and to have that feeling that we need to win every match.
Hi, Ruben. It's a big game for Brian in Bournemouth on his return to Brentford. In his short time here, how important has he become to your team?
It's really important for it.
I think he's played well, Brian Mbeumo. You know, I've been very impressed with Brian Mbeumo, people.
Everything that he has been doing, the light that he brings to the dressing room is not the guy that talks more, but you can feel it that he is always there to help us. He runs a lot, he presses a lot. He's a different threat compared to last season. He can take set pieces, and that is really important in this league. So I'm more than happy with Brian.
Has he surprised you at all? Because some players struggle to deal with the demands of playing for this club, but not him, obviously.
That is also the good thing to have time to know the player when you want to bring players. Then you can see every week the player that it was really important for us to bring new players from our league. So you.
Yeah, when you play the right system, they might be able to perform to their full potential. But yeah, unfortunately, Ruben Amorim, you are the one who's holding back these players. But just back him. Just be happy. You beat Chelsea 2-1. Trust the process. Fuck off, yeah. I would never trust the process in a million years.
And understand what they are doing week by week against the opponents that they are going to face, so that can help us in. So the risk is completely different from other players, but in the end, you never know. So we were lucky with Brian.
Thanks, John. Hi, Ruben. Just on Brian, and also bringing in the likes of Mateus. Obviously, you brought in Premier League proven players this summer. I mean, how important was that, and do you think that's a strategy you could see continuing going forward?
It depends, because you can see that every player that you want to buy in Premier League is really expensive, so you have to also to manage that. But
yeah, and the price of players these days in the transfer market is absolutely fucking ridiculous, people. I mean, you used to never get anything like this in like the late 90s and the early 2000s. It's only up until like players have been getting more expensive when Real Madrid bought Cristiano Ronaldo off of us in his first spell for 80 million. And since then, the transfer market is just absolutely, the amounts of money players go these days is a joke.
if you look to our moment last year, you want to take the less risky move, and it was really important to have top players in our team. And I think if you look, Brian and Cunha is not just 1 year; they are doing this for 4 years. So it was really important. Of course, was something that we look for players in Premier League.
And just on Ahmad, I mean, the club yourself, you've shown a bit of compassion to let him go home after family bereavement. I just wonder, does the footballing world maybe need to show that as well, maybe with fans? Because he received a lot of messages on social media after the Chelsea game, posting a picture with Alejandro.
I will say the same thing to my players. Shut down.
I mean, pathetic. Them fans who literally giving Ahmad abuse and literally just swapping shirts. I mean, what are we doing here, people? Seriously, nowhere near sustainable, yeah? And that needs a wooden spoon, seriously. Well, I don't have the wooden spoons with me right now, so I use this ruler instead. Wooden spoon for you, fans, yeah? Giving Ahmad, Diallo, all that abuse. I mean, fuck out of here, man. Seriously. It's totally unacceptable, people. Let's get it right here, people, yeah? It's absolutely getting the narrative right. It's a disgrace. You do not represent our football club, yeah? See this badge, I represent it, yeah? Because, you know, I've been supporting this club since the days before social media. All you people, I'm going to go at Ahmad, you were probably born in like the days of social media. You should be ashamed of yourself, yeah? You do not represent this badge. Let's get it right. But brutal good, because people like them who fall for PR and that need to be put in their place.
Social media, and that is the nowadays is like that is a price you have to pay. But the important thing is that to the club and the friends, that is real life for Ahmad. We are here for him. It's a tough moment, and in this kind of moments, is not important. The next game we can win without Ahmad, and we want to win also for Ahmad.
Ruben, Simon's mentioned this winning 2 games in a row, but obviously that is a kind of baby step in terms of improvement. If you want the improvement that you're seeking, you need
baby steps. What fucking baby steps? Yeah, I'm yet to see it. What? Who's that? Samuel Lockhurst. I mean, what a dumb question.
To win games in a row. Do you feel confident about that? Because I think a lot of fans don't really trust the team to be able to play 2 games back to back well.
I don't. It's not with this system anyway. I do not trust it one bit. Which everyone's getting excited after we beat Chelsea, but I'm calling it now, people. I'm already picturing what's going to happen. You know, we're going to somehow find a way of slipping up and probably end up losing or drawing the game. I mean, let's get it right. After 1 win, so many fans say, "Oh, Man United are cooking, Man United are back, this and that." Fuck out of here, man. Seriously. Maybe if we won our next 5 or 6 games, then yes, maybe you and I can have a different conversation. But until I see it, you know, the narrative remains exactly the same for me. the faults in the football club, but my thoughts on this manager, nothing's changed whatsoever.
Yeah, that is the. I don't say playing well because I think we did that this year. But to say it's normal, the fans they don't know what is going to happen the next game. And to be completely honest, I have an idea, but I don't know how it's going to be, and I'm the manager of the team. That has to be with the moment that we live for so many months. So I think the best way of dealing with that is that every game is the last one. It's just not thinking about 2 games. Oh, okay, it's not too many games for Manchester United. Yes, it's a big deal for Manchester United. So the next game is going to be the most important game for a long time in Manchester United. So I understand the feeling of the fans. So let's start changing that feeling and to present ourselves to.
Well, change your system then. You're saying change things, change the bastarding system. It's not hard work, is it?
With that urgency that we need to do on the pitch.
Right. That's the end of the press conference. I mean, yeah, not much to really call out. I mean, just I called out our journalists asking that dumb question, saying baby steps and that. Mr. Stronach, bash. Big up to you, Kai. I've been playing FC26, my career clubs are ripping me off because I choose Man United as my club. Josh, my goat, Stronach, let's get it right here. Bash. Big up to you, Kai, for that. I know why Ruben and Amorim saying trust the process because that all nothing from Amazon, from Arsenal and Chelsea ownership. Watch it. I was fuming. Absolutely was not happy. Trust the process, my arse. We've been trusting the process since 2013. Facts, absolute facts, guy. I think if Ruben Amorim will be sacked after Liverpool and he'll get his P45. It could well happen. Our fans are flip-flop, no standards merchants, low IQ merchants. Yep. Amorim, you look one. Save your mate, just shut up. I'm sick of hearing your voice. Marc Goldbridge was saying Manchester United was back last week. Absolutely. What a brown envelope he is. I mean, you know why they do it, day night sorting. It's all for the clicks, views, and subscribers. I mean, let's get it right. Ruben Amorim for life at Man United. No, thank you, geezer. Absolutely no chance. He's got to go still. Seriously. Oh, I do make myself laugh. Yeah, you do. Absolutely. But, yeah. Mid United can't afford to sack Amorim. 12 million payout, remember, mate. I mean, that's a lot of money. I'm not going to lie. A lot of money. Right. Should we have a listen to? I always like to hear what the opposition thinks. So, yeah, we'll listen to the opposition. Yeah, the Brentford managers. Let's listen to what he's saying. I think Brentford will get something. Yeah, I do as well. Manchester United, a squad, a bunch of rules. Yep, couldn't have put that better myself. Oh, excuse me. Oh, shit. Not convinced about Keith Andrews. I think Brentford will be all right. Like 15th or something. Yeah, I think that'll be fine, to be honest. Keith Andrews. Yeah, here we go. Finally. Found it. 21 minutes. Are you shitting me? Wow.
How are you feeling this week ahead of quite a big game? Manchester United in the GT?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. A good training week. Well, obviously to
Yes.
digest as normal. Process doesn't really change in terms of what we do game to game. In terms of debrief, pick the holes out of the performance, where we can improve individually, collectively. It's been the usual process, really. I think as the week's gone on, the mood naturally improved.
Oh, he likes to use the word process, doesn't he?
Time's a little bit of a healer.
Absolutely. Well, you obviously disappointed after that result at Fulham, but what's been the focus this week in terms of putting the things right that you identified as not being right in that game?
I just think real clarity around what we want to achieve. We mentioned this before, regardless of the result or the performance. Don't tend to get too carried away. I'm very understanding of where we are, where we need to go as we're building a new side and relationships, which I constantly go on about because I feel like they're really important. The understanding of the player you're playing next to or in front of you, they're really important aspects of the game. So the more we do that on the training pitch, I feel the better we will get. But just bringing real clarity to what we want from our game plan and identifying what didn't go so well last weekend, just putting that right collectively, which I think is important. I'm big into players having a voice and opinion because I think it needs to come from that place where they're really involved in the process.
He says it again. Process.
Away games, obviously your home form is going to be crucial this year. It always is, but the home form has been better so far.
I like some of the Brentford players. Damage, a good player from Brentford, Josh Wright. I think Brentford's got some good players. But taking Brian and Buemo off of them is obviously a big loss for them. Samuel Frank works the Sun now. Oh, does he? For Aldhurst. Interesting.
Yeah, similar last year, and I think there was them discussions were going on this time last year as well, and I can't say I did. If anything, I felt that the day before Fulham, probably one of the best training sessions I'd seen from the players in terms of confidence, the conviction and everything we did, the belief.
Want to agree, Josh Wright. Elite high standards. Even Adam Partridge, I mean, he will get booed tomorrow, probably. He and Buemo. Well, to be honest, I think a majority of fans will give him a good reception. But we'll wait and see. Oh, no. Absolutely not geezer, He is an utter Ronin. Big up Michael and Kai, lads.
The vibe and energy around the training ground. So no, it's not something I've sensed, I must be honest, but I'm looking forward to getting back on home soil tomorrow.
Well, listen, you obviously beat Manchester United earlier this year at home. So that's a positive thing to draw from going into the game. What have you made of them so far this season under Ruben Amorim? Obviously, they've had a tricky start as well. What's your assessment of them so far?
I'll think they're a very talented set of players. They have a very defined way of playing the game that they know.
Bash, big at you, Hayden Cox. Good evening, mate. Good evening, Mr. Bloody you legend. Already teared him a new asshole, mate. Did it last season. Man, Anchorage United. But yeah, like this Brentford manager, he likes to use the word process a lot, doesn't he, Keith Andrews? And he just says that Manchester United have some very talented players. I mean, all opposition managers seem to say that. I mean, we all know why they do it, people. Let me think. 2 letters. P. R. Yep. Yep, exactly that. Jamie Jackson and Terry Flowers, scrubs. As much as I can stand Liverpool, they are the biggest club in the country, whilst Real Madrid are the biggest club in the world. Simon Stone works at the BBC, Josh Ray. Oh, does he? No, he didn't. But obviously, if I had a big channel, we probably would block me. I love PR, mate. Get out of here, Hayden Cox. I mean, you're like me, mate. You hate PR. Love PR. Get out of here, man. You wind up for merchants.
Very, very well. I think they've added some quality players. One left this building to join them who we're very well aware of, and I'm sure we'll come on to. They're a talented bunch of players that will cause us a lot of problems.
Talented bunch of players. He's just said it again. I mean, where are you seeing this from, that we got talented bunch of players? We haven't. Why do you think we've been struggling for so long now?
We don't do things correctly, tomorrow.
Have you identified anything specific in that game you think that you...
We must call out these journalists, hold them accountable. Facts, mate. Facts, Kai. The Glazers should have stakes outside the old toilet. I spam a brown envelope, but Terry Flowers stream on the football terrace.
For the game back in May, obviously, that you can take into this game as well.
Yeah, obviously watch that game back early part of this week, as well as the other games that they've played more recently this season, because the personnel make a big difference in terms of the actions. The top end of the pitch being a prime example of that, what they've added in the summer. Brian, Cunha, Sesko as examples, and
Big up, Adam Dar. Good evening, mate. Hayden Cox, evening quizmaster. The one who said to Ruben Amorim, baby steps to Simon Stone. Oh, right, okay. We won the Prem with Joe and Ron. There my goes. Must win, right? Oh, 100%, Adam Dahl. We have to win, mate. We have to. Oh, fuck's sakes. Where's the... There it is.
Now that might look different to the way it did when we played them back in the last season. So, yeah, system might be similar, but personnel make a big difference to a system.
And obviously, in terms of personnel for them, you said Brian is going to come back. How do you think he's going to be received by the fans? Positively, warmly? And I guess you guys are in a good position, or a better position as any, to keep him quiet, maybe.
Yeah, I think Brian should get a really good reception from the fans. I think Brian epitomises, I've said this before, when he left, epitomises everything good about this football club.
Big up the Glazers. Oh, gosh. Can we rip them a new asshole if we don't win tomorrow? Absolutely, Adam Partridge. I will be. Big up the Glazers. Get on here, Kai.
6 years at the club, couple in the championship, arrived as a 19-year-old, I think Brian was, from France, spoke very little English, developed as a young man, developed as a player, was given time, patience, support. And I think the way it went last year was the culmination of that.
Well, it wasn't surprising things that, to be honest. I mean, he's very controversial, wasn't he, Carl Stenhouse? Bosh! Big up Rotter Stocks. Bless up everyone in the chat. What's going on, Josh? Hope all is well, mate. Yeah, I'm very good, thanks, mate. How are you? Me, you, high Sanders, don't we, Josh? And Roster as well. AN Sports as well. Kevin, big up to him as well, yeah? He has high standards.
Six-year work, that 6-year journey where so many people in that building played a part in his development, and I know for a fact he really appreciates that. He appreciates the fans. I think it just epitomises what this club is about. So I think Brian rightly should get a really good reception. Having said that, I don't want us to give him a nice reception on the pitch. Yes, we know all about him, all his qualities. We're very aware of those, what a good player he is, and we'll hopefully try to nullify those.
Yes, in certain context of that, I do agree, but still won't top Sir Alex Ferguson, though. I mean, come on, he's the ultimate goat. Yeah, I'm not just saying that because I'm a Manchester United fan, right? I mean, that is just facts. Yeah, Michael, you still owe us 15 million plus, man, expeditiously. I see Brentford getting something against Manchester United. Yep. And Rutter Socks is in the building. It's been a while, fella. Well, he's busy working and he's been streaming.
Make it an afternoon that he doesn't enjoy.
Roy Keane was quite complimentary and supportive of you this week. I don't know if did you catch his comments on? I mean, he was talking about obviously Brentford being strategic.
Brutal, that guy. Now the Club World Cup champions.
Patience that would support you, and that Brentford should have enough quality actually to stay away from trouble. I mean, what do you think of his assessment? Do you think it's accurate, his perception of how things are at the moment?
Well, we're 5 league games in, 2 cup games into a season. I've kind of alluded to this before, that we are forming a new team. Everybody knows and everybody's speaking about it and writing about it enough that there's been a lot.
I mean, I have to say, Hayden Cox, you know, you're very brutal on your football club and you're very brutal on the Green Army as well, which I get it because you're at elite high standards, don't you? So, yeah, I get it. I mean, I'm brutal on Manchester United. I mean, why do you think I have so many rants about them? But you're only doing it for the views and PR. Fuck off, am I only doing it for the views and PR? No, it's what you call passion, you know. I'm venting my frustration on this football club. We love it when you're brutal, Hayden Cox. Mid United fans must accept that Mid United is a small club. That is reality now. Calling us a small club, I mean, maybe a mid club, but a small club. Come on, geezer. Get out here, man. Everyone, 1, 2, 3. High standards. We are mid-table for a reason.
Change the football club, myself included. We're making steps, and sometimes those steps and those strides aren't in the direction we want. I think you have to accept that.
Oh, you're very brutal. You are, my geezer. I mean, wow, on the ownership and that. But you got to be. You got to land it.
Understand that. And going back to what I just discussed about Brian, it's really important for me to maintain the type of environment that's being created here where players can develop. We put internal.
I mean, we'll probably try and put 11 at the back or some bullshit like that. And playing her point. I mean, why? Go there and get the bloody win. We love the brutes unless, yes. Carefree Lewis keeps wearing that. Yes, that belt, yeah.
Pressure on ourselves. We don't particularly need the external pressure.
I'd say Josh could be even more brutal than Michael at times. Josh even calls it out when his team wins. Yeah, I do. You know, I still hold my team accountable if I feel they've not played as well. We are a mid-club. We finished 15th. Disgraceful. Utter disgrace. And a minus 11 goal difference as well. Oh, yeah, wouldn't soon for that, honestly. But move on, that's last season. No, absolutely not. I will never forget that. That is unforgivable and criminal.
To fuel anything from within, I think there's that intrinsic motivation as an individual and ultimately collectively to be the best versions of ourselves.
For you rival fans, Geezer, yes, I bet you're loving it. You're having a field day about it. Carefree Lewis needs to be sacked on Chelsea fan TV. Benjamin Tesco, Amorim didn't even want him. It's good to have a 12-30 game. Yes, it is. I agree.
And that's not always going to be perfect, clearly. Last weekend being an example of that. But again, we don't tend to get too carried away one way or the other.
He seems supportive of you, and you talked about growing the players and the space there is for them to develop. What about your own growth and development in the head coach role so far? Like, how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I think you're constantly learning. That's the reality of it. Regardless of the role you're in, this is a very high-profile role where every decision gets scrutinised because of the nature of the league. And again, the role that I'm in, and you're constantly evaluating that. But again, without getting carried away, you've got certain principles and values that I want to live by. I want our team to live by on a day-to-day basis. Foundations that I think will keep.
I always laugh when I think about us finishing 15th. Fair enough. I laugh at how shit we are. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll just cry, won't you? But come on, man. Manchester United makes me mad thinking about 15th last season, Josh. Right? Yeah, utter disgrace. They outsourcing the guys no better than Razas. Chelsea's the biggest in London. The Arse and Spuds are our little bitches now.
Was in a good place. It's a constant evolution, day to day, week to week, in terms of the opposition you're up against, but fundamentally,
fucking hell, you lot
what
are
I stand for.
absolutely mad tonight.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
A 4-3 win for Brentford against Manchester United back in May. First, what are your memories of that match, and what kind of game are you expecting this time?
Yeah, it was a roller coaster game, wasn't it? There was a lot of them last season. There was a lot of free scoring encounters throughout the season, and the way that the team was set up and the nature of it. At times our games were like basketball, so a very, very exciting game. A game I thought we deserved to win. I'm playing very well at that stage of the season. Again, I touched on it before. I think system-wise, Manchester United have a way of playing, but I do think personnel within a system dictates a lot of that. I think that was very evident in the way that they recruited in the summer. So what I'm expecting is a difficult game, a team that will be well set up to try and feed the front three that they have, that are very dangerous players, talented individuals in midfield, runs beyond our back line.
Yeah, that's a scoreline I'm going to predict as well. Adam Partridge.
Yeah, I'm expecting a tough game, but yeah, we know what way they play. They'll have an idea what we do, obviously. We'll have our own game plans, and then we try to nullify everything they throw at us.
And after the disappointment of the weekend, what kind of reaction do you want to see from your players in front of your home fans? What will be your message to the players before they go out?
Yeah, the message doesn't really tend to change week to week. It's just be us. I think we've got a strong identity as a football club, and I've said this throughout the time I've been in charge, that I've wanted to maintain that and enhance that. I think it's really important to me to understand what we're about, what type of environment we create when teams.
Mid United owe us 40 million plus add-ons, don't forget. Arsenal fans are so deluded in the Premier League, thinking they won the Premier League and UCL, and still let them trust the process and still back Lego head Arteta. Love your top, Josh, mate. You're the best, mate. I mean, this is no doubt about it, the best kit out of all three this season. And our women's team are going to be playing in this on Sunday as well. We have Money Mace. Arteta should have been sacked seasons ago. Of course he should have.
Come to town. I don't want it to be a nice environment for teams to play in. I really don't. I really like the idea of us being horrible to play against at home and creating that environment where it's niggly.
Yeah, I agree.
We alter the momentum of games when needed.
Jess Park is a baller.
To simplify the game at times, and ultimately I just want us to be a team that's connected with and without the ball.
And to create that environment, what are you asking for from the fan base as well tomorrow?
Our fans have been outstanding. I've mentioned this a few weeks ago. I think our fans are very, very real. They understand the landscape. They understand what goes on. I think, and I've seen this from different quarters.
We need Jess Park in the men's team along with her team. Yeah.
After a year or two, fans can think.
Tell you, they'll do much better job. Stop burping, you dirty mutant. Josh is Mount still injured that 1,593rd time in 2 years. I think he's fit again now, geezer. Editing and Alicia Rizzo, you are a beautiful woman. Yeah, they are. Stop talking about girls. Fuck off. This is my channel, okay? We're just having a bit of banter.
That they belong at that level and they have a sense of entitlement of what the team should be doing and how they should be playing. I don't think our fans are like that. I think they relish where we are because of recent times. They don't take things for granted. They're understanding of what's going on at the club with the new chapter that we're on. Our fans are pretty special.
Just finally, is there any concern that Brian Mbeumo knows too much? Too many
Yeah, of course there is. Brian's close with the vast majority of the group. We've only changed 4 or 5 players, I think, since he's here. He's got really good friends. I trust not many of them will have told him anything over the last day or two around the way we'll be playing, but he'll obviously know the habits of the players and how they do things.
Gosh, you should talk about women more, geezer.
A few things into to Ruben, but it will be nice
to
see him. And again, I hope Brian, I sincerely think he will get a really good reception.
Brilliant. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Still on David, Marc.
I just wanted to go back to the Fulham game, if you don't mind. So you conceded 2 goals within the space of 90 seconds after the game in the club interview. You said that was something that you were going to look into. I was wondering what you discovered from that.
I didn't think we managed it very well as a group. If you look at where the second goal came from, it was from a throw-in. Basics of the game, I speak about this word quite a lot. I think basics of the game are really, really important. Basics, foundations allow you to grow in a game, allow you at times when you're not playing particularly well to, if you're doing basics really well, to stay in a game. And then from that base where you can grow in confidence, you can start doing things. And constantly stopping the opposition doing what they want to do is a big feature of the way I think the game should be played. So to concede in the way we did, the manner, timing, where it came from, a restart, something we work on, I felt was disappointing. So something we've addressed this week clearly, and hopefully we've sorted that out.
So I decided to have a little look into the amount of times you conceded twice within 5 minutes since the start of last season, and it's happened 7 times, 3 of which have come against Ruben. Is it merely a case of players not following the basics?
I can as well.
Potentially a vulnerability that's coming to light.
Yeah, it's about
what's that then,
Adam?
Adam?
Too much about last season, to be honest, because obviously I wasn't in charge, but I'm aware of those issues. And
I want to know her domestic treble and being unbeaten again this season, plus the Women's Champions League this time. We got the depth now. Yep, there's no reason why you can't win it, geezer.
the timing of the goals, I think it's really important. I've had it in different environments I've been in, and I think you need to be careful about how much you make of an issue, because you don't want it to take over the players' heads, where if they concede a goal, they go too defensive.
Ah, look who it is. Been a little while since you've been in here. Drake Slicer. Big up to you. Ready for another win? I mean, there's no guarantees we are going to win. I mean, I like to think we could win the game, but more than likely we'll draw and lose. But be more positive, Mr. Joshy J. Look, it's very hard to be more positive after this team is so erratic and inconsistent. Chelsea treble, that is funny. After we cooked Chelsea, we are rolling. Fans like you are part of the issue, who literally fall for all the PR saying, oh, Man United are back, this and that. And guess what happens? Back down to earth with a bang. The players just don't perform. And yeah, I mean, come on, Drake, seriously. No, don't start saying Man United are back. I will only say we're back, right? We win the next 5 or 6 games in a row. But until then, you know, like I said before, starting this show, the narrative remains exactly the same for me. Literally. Be more positive, Mr. Joshy J. 4 of those games, we have better XG. Who gives a damn about XG, yeah? XG is pathetic. XG, GA is like, fuck off, man. Seriously. Results are coming. Well, let's see. United are cooking. Brian Bramo visiting his old club. He is. Yep.
You just want to tend to stay with the game, really, and the game plan. When I look at football games and sport, I suppose in general, there's always games within the game, and that's a game, and you need to manage those.
Manchester United can't even cook an egg. Any else are cooking? I don't know what Manchester United you're watching, mate, but come on now. Cooking? More like fucking running us to the ground.
Moments and the momentum swings within sport, within games are really telling for me. When a team slightly gets on top, or if you take a backward step, sometimes that can be very detrimental to the performance of scoreline. So I think you need to be very delicate how you approach things like that. But ultimately, what I want the players to do is just manage moments.
I wouldn't go as far as saying we cooked Chelsea. We had a helping hand because that early red card from that clown, Robert Sanchez. Man United cooking, we are 11. That's amazing. I love the humour of Drake Slicer. Oh, big up to him, yeah. I mean, he does have a good sense of humour. I mean, I'll give him that.
Okay, I actually want to go back to something you said after the Chelsea game that intrigued me, and you referred to
building a football team, like, to phrase this properly, you can't build a house by putting the windows in first. So I was just wondering if you'd give us a bit of insight into how you hope to build your
good evening,
footballing house at Brentford.
Ryan G. Bush. Good evening, mate.
Of the game, I think, again, really, really important. I think most teams are built on really, really solid foundations. What your team looks like without the ball, how compact they are, how connected they are, allows you to be a very efficient team to get the ball back in its purest and simplest form, I think. So that will be something I would describe as a foundation, as the building blocks to succeed. And I think from that you can start adding layers to what you do with the ball. And again, going back to the relationships of the players, how often they play together, how often they train together, helps that.
So
yeah, that'd be a good one. Big up at Adam.
I think there's constants.
They must be near an airport or something, because you can hear a lot of planes flying through in the background. 11 shots, 5 XG. Who cares about XG, yeah? I mean, if that's the sort of stuff you care about, but I don't, It's so overhyped and overrated. There's only one thing what matters, yeah? And it's the results. And that is a fact, yeah? The results matter, not XG or GA. It's the final score. Manchester United would rather keep women beaters in their team these days. Big up, Ryan. No one cares for XG. Facts. Sorry, I don't say. No, don't apologise. Don't. I never ask for them, Adam Partridge. The results 2-1. Also, we were in a better team. Big up, mate. Telling Josh, it's about the scoreline. Yeah, it is, because that is the thing what matters the most.
Steps and constant blocks that you need to put in place. I felt like before last weekend we were in a really good place with where we were without the ball. I say this quite a lot. I can't get too up or down, but off the back of the Chelsea and Villa games, I wasn't going around the streets of Brentford with a megaphone. I was pretty calm about where we were. I was liking certain aspects of where we were as a team, knowing that we needed to improve in a lot of areas. But defensively and certainly without the ball, and the structure of the team looked pretty good. And that wasn't the case against Fulham in parts of the game. So again, it's always revisiting areas where you need to improve. Will it always be perfect? No, we got it wrong last weekend. It didn't quite work. And we got what we deserved.
Why do you think they do it, Adam Partridge? It's because they simply want the money, isn't it? And they'll do anything for the pound notes.
From the game, really. But again, there's no overreaction.
Okay, and finally, I'm asking this on behalf of Sam, who couldn't make it today, and he just wanted to ask about how Nathan Collins is stepping up as a captain, how players have received him over the couple of months, and how he deals with the sort of situations like you went through on Monday.
Nathan stepped in really well. He's captain of club and country now. He's young to be doing that, but I've mentioned this before, he's matured a lot. I feel over the last 12 to 18 months, I felt like he was the absolute right candidate to step into those shoes that Christian Norgard left. I think it's constant learning when you're a player, especially when you're a younger player like Nathan is. What I've been very mindful of with Nathan is that he doesn't try to do too much with the responsibility of the armband. I think that's really key. I think he only just needs to add a little bit.
Robert Sanchez, the goalkeeper in that if Man United versus Chelsea game, you can call what he did goalkeeping. Drake is an overrated artist these days. Should have stopped 10 years ago, given what this slicer named himself after. Big up to you, Drake Slice. That's shocking it. United won, Chelsea lost. I mean, 11 against 11. I think we would have lost the game, to be honest. But you're toxic. You're negative. Shut up, man. No, I am not. I am just saying it how it is. I mean, honestly, don't think we would have won the game 11 against 11. No chance.
On top of his game, whether that's communication. I don't want him getting pulled in different directions off the pitch with responsibilities. I think that's key because he needs to focus on his performance. So how he's been welcomed by everybody has been how I anticipated to do very, very well.
Thank you very much. Let's go next. Yeah, sorry, I can see you.
Okay.
In your last game against Fulham,
Dash.
when an accident like that
Big up to you, Danny B.
And try to get them back to their best.
Pretty simply with Ethan, don't place any responsibility on Ethan's back. I think you've got to wind back.
You can apples down to Bridge if you want to defend Chelsea so
bad.
bad.
To focus on the final action.
Could use your
It was
support.
obviously very unfortunate for Ethan, but I didn't
Slade is one of the biggest fakes on this YouTube platform.
Ethan, it was the type of delivery.
I gotta admit though, Geezer, I
slightly
particularly
out of
still
position
like listening
as a back
to his
line,
match
but
reactions.
it's the steps that get Fulham to that stage that I'll be more concerned about.
It's a joke, relax.
Players going through a dip of confidence. Do you have methods you go about helping them get back to their form and getting back to their usual ways?
Yeah, I think it's the environment that's been created, certainly from me, but the staff around the players, I think, provide that on a daily basis.
Oh yeah,
where
his
they're
match
understanding
reactions
that
are still gold.
they're human beings. They're not robots. They're going to make mistakes. I think confidence is a huge part of any sport. So you'll see naturally some players that they just coast along and they're in a good place. You tend to not speak to them too much. I think you need to spend a little bit more time with the ones where you can sense that they're not quite themselves for whatever reason.
All good. Sometimes I gotta unload the clip.
The player.
Sure. And if selected,
Nope, Ronans are not welcome down at Chelsea.
From last campaign, and it's only September.
Fair enough, mate. Big up to you.
He only signed in January though, so he wasn't there for a full season. But he's doing very well. He's defensively tuned into the game. I think he takes pride in defending, which not all defenders do. I think he relishes the defensive side of it. I think a lot of defenders now see
So
themselves
is Flying Pig United when he plays FIFA as well. He's hilarious.
Overlaps and underlaps. I think Michael really takes pride in his work day to day. Very infectious character. He settled at the club pretty immediately, to be honest. There was no language barrier. Very, very good English. I just think his natural appetite,
he can.
Enthusiasm for
He's got definitely got a voice.
He's also completed the most amount of dead ball passes other than your goalkeeper in your squad. He's had some very impressive throw-ins. When was that talent identified by your team?
Way before he signed. I was a set piece coach last year, so obviously when his name came on the radar and we started looking at
I haven't really watched his career modes videos, so maybe I need to check them out.
To bring into the, we've obviously got other players that
I called Saeed Brown and Blake
It's
Matrix and the Ronan in the comments. Big up all things Man United off He got battered 10-1 by City and 7-0 by Arsenal the other night. It was hilarious. Really?
But your next two home games, you have Man United, Man City, Liverpool. Is someone with Jordan's experience?
Flying Pig United is an alright colour. The rest of that club are a disgrace. I mean, I like Flying Pig United, I don't just listen to his match reactions, I listen to any Manchester United content he does when I fancy it. But all the others, I just listen to their match reactions, and that's about it, because any other time, I'm really not too bothered. But yeah, Said, even LB reacts to Said, doesn't he? Like a bingo card. Big up to LB, yeah? The Man City fan. Oh, yeah, Kaz. I like him. He's a great guy. Flying Pig is a cool guy. Yeah, he's by far my favourite Man United YouTuber.
Particularly crucial in a tough run of home games like this.
Yeah, for sure. What we need from Jordan is that experience to spread throughout the team, and those
Yeah, LB, I got a lot of time for him. I really have. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up, mate. Yeah, I like LB as well. See?
communication skills, the experiences that he's been in on the pitch, not getting too carried away, understanding that there's going to be periods of pressure in games when you play against that level of opposition. It's only natural.
Who am I redirecting to? I'll wait and see. I mean, I'm going to carry on for a little bit yet because I'm going to react to Marc Skinner's press conference. Of course, like this one's felt like it's gone on forever because I've been interacting with you guys in the live chat.
Momentum always swings within games, and I think you're right. I think that's exactly what's needed from Jordan, to be that calm presence in midfield, to communicate, engage with other players, calm things down when situations become a little bit lively on the pitch, and constantly communicating to the rest of his players.
And I was actually going to touch on that as well. You can see that when he's playing. You can.
Man City have a great fan base. Everyone gets on. And they don't get triggered like certain others. Sao Paulo are out, lads. What's that? Alcimba Cup tournament?
See him engaging with individual player, like before his debut against Villa. You could see it before the match going up to individual players. Especially judging by what you said about Nathan and how you don't want to add too much more responsibilities to him. What kind of specific instructions do you give to Jordan on how he can utilise his leadership ability within this team?
I think there might be certain players on a certain day where you feel like they might need a little bit of a nudge or a little bit of an arm around them, or sometimes.
I'm going with Adam Partridge prediction 2-1. Yeah, Copa Libertadores. Oh dear. That's not good for Sao Paulo. Yeah, they are out because of how much ramble they've been playing. And this was really bad. Absolute jokers, bro. I responded. Charlie Patrick again. He keeps posting stuff about Saudi Arabia. Yeah. 2-0 Brentford for me. Flamengo and Palmeiras, 2 games away from playing each other in the final. One of them could be 5 games away from playing PSG in the International Cup. Oh, right. Brentford 1, Man United 2. Where you like having your pizza, Sean? Josh Rate. Lidl's. Odd occasion I do get Domino's when I fancy it, even though it's fucking expensive. But hey, it's a treat at the end of the day. I mean, Sainsbury's, I got my pizzas from. I'm going 2-2 draw. These are some good predictions in the comments. Fair play.
Certain players you need to get into them a little bit to stay on top of them. I think it depends on the individual, really. But there'll always be a couple of key messages, I suppose, I would try and get across where I feel are the most important ones to emphasise from a different voice. I think sometimes it's quite powerful coming from a player when it's.
I want to see an angry Mr. Josh CJ tomorrow in your emergency meeting. Well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens.
It's in the dressing room. I think Jordan relays those messages really well.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, Sean.
Right, that's the end of his press conference then. Keith Andrews. I mean, it went on for a while because I kept starting it. Right, let's... Now, I listened to literally it earlier on, but listen to how well Marc Skinner talks to the press. 14 minutes, 57. Yeah, good press conference this was.
And Marc, WSL game against Liverpool this weekend. I wanted to ask you about Liverpool, and someone you're very used to managing on the touchline with is Gareth Taylor. I guess, what have you made of his start at Liverpool, and what have you made of them so far?
Yeah, I think mixed, to be honest, Joe. Like they've started games really, really well.
I mean, Liverpool women, they can up the tempo against our women's team because, at the end of the day, they see it as a big rivalry. So, yeah, they can up the tempo against us. So, anyone who thinks this will be an easy game for Manchester United women, it won't. All 5 swings out. Do you have takeaways so much, Josh, mate? I do. Only when I fancy it, really, Adam Partridge, mate. Man United women will win the WSL. You heard it here first. I love it. Man United men wouldn't even win the WSL.
I know we played them pre-season, and again did the same. Pretty much in the way Gaz wants to play in terms of ball possession. He prioritises that, and I think they've shown really good signs. You can see some of the things they're trying to build. Of course, I think Gaz would like a few more windows in order to build the team that he wants. But no, I've been impressed with parts of the game, and then look, they've shown moments of fragility, and I'd expect that with a team that's trying something new. But yeah, all in all,
I'll big up to you won. If Man United lose to Brentford, Amorim will get fired. Well, I can only see him getting fired if we get embarrassed, like say 5 or 6-0 or something. Mid United winning the WSL, that's funny. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
I think they've, it won't be long before they turn those results around into what, I'm sure Gaz wants a little bit more with, the success they're obviously planning for.
And Marc, I just want to ask you about the Champions League draw because that came out last week. What have you made of it? There's some juicy fixtures there. PSG at home, I guess. Yeah, what have you made of those things?
I think when you scan across the board there, Jay, there's a lot of juicy.
Yeah, I guess he just pops in to say hi. It's going to be close between Chelsea and United in the WSL. Don't forget Arsenal as well. I think they'll be right up there as well, Kai.
Fixtures, as you called them. So yeah, I mean, look, for us, it's really we've said. I think it's part of the slogan as they built up the thing that if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So for us, it's a difficult challenge, but something we're going to relish. We all love to be in there. It'll be hard. It'll be late nights, early mornings, all of that stuff. Games thick and fast, but actually, it's exactly where the players want to be. So if I start moaning towards the end when I'm tired, you have to put me in my place.
Will do, Marc. Best of luck on Sunday.
Thank you, Jamie. Have a good day.
Thanks, Jamie. Rachel, please.
Hi, Marc.
Good morning, Rach. How you doing?
Good, thank you. I just wanted to ask you a quick question about Maya Letizier. Should she start at the weekend? She's set to make her 70th consecutive start for Manchester United in the Women's Super League, which is kind of hard to wrap your head around.
Yeah, that's impressive. 70 starts.
Maybe talk a little bit about her.
Yeah, I think we speak about her often, but I think to just give you an insight, like I'm really pleased with the way she's growing as a leader. Like I see her being diligent around the team. I see her, and the reason I'm saying this is because I think this gives you more around how.
The Arsenal women are our nearest challengers in the WSL. Chelsea will dominate again. We have the best goalkeeper on the planet. It's Hannah Hansen. Let's get it right. Yeah, she's doing well. Joyce, I know, is doing well for us as well. She's really come in and stepped it up since Mary Earp's departure. I've been impressed with Joyce. But hey, she's learned off one of the best, hasn't she? Emma Hayes.
She's growing, Rach. I think there's been enough said about her as a player. But as a person, she's growing really, really well into the leadership role that we expect of her. So she's one of those players that lead by example. she's exactly what you see. She's intense. She is focused. She is highest of standards.
Yeah, obviously, I'm watching our game, at 12:30. Then, yeah, we'll wait and see what hours I watch. Let's hope United women have a good season. It would be good to watch. They already are. I've watched them this season. The way Marc Skinner's got our women's team playing, high pressing and that, unbelievable.
And the reality is, like, she's just, in a really positive way, a little bit of an anomaly because of just how she can keep producing and keep performing. So she's when I look back at putting her as captain, it was all of these reasons that you're seeing now as to why I knew that she'd be a fantastic captain for Manchester United. So great character, great professional, and he's learning lots and lots. She's by no means perfect, but she's learning lots and lots, and I'm really, really pleased with her.
When I spoke to her pre-season, that was something she really liked to challenge herself with, was playing lots and lots of minutes. And she said that, you said to the team before, to everyone, look, that everyone's going to get to play every minute. That's just kind of football. We are going to have to, rotate players. And she kind of said,
oh, yeah, regardless of the result. Yeah, of course I'll be doing an emergency meeting. I'll send you highlights once the game ends in the Madrid derby, because it won't be 10 highs because, rules 3 p.m. Who Plymouth got tomorrow, Josh, right? Let's have a look. The Green Army. Who they got? Let's have a look. League One we want. Away at Burton Albion. I've been to that ground, I went and watched Chippenham Town at that ground when they made the second round of the FA Cup. Let's hope United men win the Prem by 2030, Josh. A nice feast afternoon and evening for me, lads. I thought there was a MotoGP race. I thought you'll be watching the MotoGP, geezer.
challenge accepted type thing. So Champions League football now as well. It's just really interesting to see someone like that who's so keen to play every single minute as much as possible. So it's a pretty impressive.
They're rare, right? Honestly, Rachel, they're very rare. The players are very rare like that. I've experienced probably 2 or 3 in my whole career. So to see what she does and how she does it and how she prepares her body, like she's one of the first in. So I got in today after helping with the kids and stuff this morning, and she's already in the gym, looking after her body. Almost like a veteran would do, but actually she's really young. So, but if you look at her game, she's probably more veteran than a lot of players, just not by chronological age. So I think she's an incredible talent. And you know what? If she says to you and to me,
it's in the morning, isn't
she
it?
Can produce, I'll be a happy man.
United is shit. I still support them. Yeah, 100%.
As much. So let's see. I'm really happy with where she's at, and as I say, she's an anomaly that you very rarely get to work with.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Thank you, Rach.
Thanks. Catherine, please. Morning, Marc.
Good morning, Catherine. How you doing?
Good, thanks. I just wanted to highlight Anna Sandberg for a minute because I think she was one of my standout.
See how clear he talks to the media as well, Marc Skinner. It's brilliant.
Players against Arsenal, particularly against the likes of Olivia Smith, Chloe Kelly. I think she's always been so good going forward with her speed and creativity, but she's really come on kind of leaps and bounds defensively, and I just wondered if you could talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I think it's right to spotlight her as well, really, because Anna's had a difficult start to the year. She had personal situations that are obviously, horrible. But for her to be focused and play the way that she is playing right now shows the mark of an incredible player. Someone that I have, we identified her 2-3 seasons ago, and we were watching for a little.
I got to go to bed. Nice speaking to everyone in the chat. Respect to everyone. Yeah, big up to you, Kai. Been great having you in the live chat tonight. Take care, Kai. They all seem very jolly in comparison to the men's games press conference. It's the only good looking mid United women players. There's plenty down at Chelsea. All right. Ada Toon is my favourite.
And then we knew the first year would be a little bit different. She's played a lot of minutes.
He does, Adam. He talks brilliantly.
Hacken, and then she comes into Manchester United, and it's just a higher expectation. And then, the level of person she is, even in training the other day, just to give you an insight to her, is she does one thing wrong, and she's almost, beating herself up because she wants to do it right. And she then goes again, and she goes again. So she resets really quickly. And I think the maturity she's shown in this first part of the season, I think she could be one of the best left backs in the world. I have no doubt about that. And that's obviously the trajectory you want to push it to. But I just want a special mention to Gabby, because Gabby's been a very great mentor to her. Even in the difficult moments last year, Gabby was there. She was showing, and with her quality, Gabby was leading the way as well. So to have those both as options at left back is incredibly exciting for us at Manchester United.
And can I just check if there's any team news?
Yes. So right now,
Get your super chats in. They say, don't they, Josh? Right? Yep. Winning it on actually means you created better chances. Goals can be flukes, but actually shows process. Teams that constantly win actually usually win more games long term. I mean, you could have the most XG in that in GA, but still lose the game. So to me, XG in GA becomes irrelevant, because to me, it's about the final score.
Body is back and available, barring Simi, Millie and Leah. So everybody else is in the squad. As of now, I've still got 2 training sessions, but as of now, everybody is fighting fit and ready to go.
Brilliant. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. Simon, please.
Hi, Mark.
Morning, Simon. Good to see you again, mate.
Thank you for thanks for your time. Just a couple of things. And sorry, I arrived a little bit late, so I'm sorry if you've been asked this already. But what do you feel the atmosphere and the feeling around the game?
Absolutely, Geezer. Absolutely, Adam Partridge. Thanks.
It's going to be on Sunday, because obviously it's going to be presumably quite emotional for Liverpool on the basis of what's happened.
It's not irrelevant. Winning on XG shows which team created better chances. Goals can be random, but actually reflects on performances. Okay, whatever. But XG, GA, get in the bin.
With Matt, the dreadful news over the last few days.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah, thoughts go out to Liverpool FC women. Where sadly their former manager passed away last weekend, Matt Beard, which is very sad news indeed.
I think it'll be one that's charged with emotion, and that can go 2 ways for a team, can't it? It can galvanise you, it can promote you, it can push.
Liverpool got lucky. Yes, they got lucky, but they have elite winning mentality, like what we used to do under Sir Alex Ferguson.
You, or it can consume you, and it'll be a difficult moment for all. I wasn't wasn't at the game the other night, but that was almost an interlude to this game, and it's Liverpool.
That's Simon Stoney who's talking now, Josh Layton. That's who said to Ruben Amorim baby steps, Josh Layton. Yes, that's right.
This is Manchester United, so it's a big game anyway. But I think it'll be highly charged with emotion, but very respectful, I think, from both teams. I think that there'll be a respect for the great man. And what we'll do is, and I said this.
Luck runs out. Rather win on XG unless it's a knockout competition. Okay. Drake Slicer is so funny. Yeah, I mean, I give it to him. He's got a good sense of humour.
Before, I think the best kind of tribute we can pay to someone like Matt, knowing his character, is to go and...
Yeah, I know, Ryan G. Just come into Anfield and park in the bus. I mean, just goes to show how naive Mikel Arteta is. And he literally went defending at home last weekend against Man City as well. I mean, this guy is seriously out of his depth. Love this lovely caller Wenger. We're having Josh say, yes. It's absolute heaven, isn't it?
Put a fantastic performance in and try and win the game, because that's what he always tried to do. He always tried to win the game. And regardless of how he did it, how he adapted, how he evolved, he always tried to win the game. And I think to pay him, as I say, a tribute and credit, we have to go and do the same. Even though, Liverpool can be very difficult and play really well, we've got to do what we can to try and win this game, because I think that would be, a fitting tribute to them.
And just in terms of your own side, obviously you've made this fantastic start to the season. The club announced this week that one of your Champions League games is going to be at Old Trafford. I know there was some debate around whether you'd be better served at Leeds because you know it so well, and you've got a good record there. How do you, as the manager of this team, how do you balance out the need for results, the desire and the demand for results, and what will give you the best opportunity, whilst also providing a platform?
Reminds me that Frederick Merlin, who was in Jez's chat the other night, that thing with the sheepskin scene. Yeah.
For the club and for your team and your players to play in front of the biggest crowd that it's possible to get.
Yeah, I think it's a really fine balance. When I look at how we want, we want to promote the game. Our job as Manchester United is to still promote the game while still trying to win the games. And to play, to have if you said to me 3-4 years ago when I first came into the job that we were going to have a Champions League night at Manchester United, all the famous nights that we've had at Old Trafford we've seen with the men's team, then to say that we're going to have one of those, I think, regardless, I think it can be treated as an event and a moment to celebrate. And look, we've got to do a job against an incredible team, but I think there's a balance here. So usually I would like that comfortable kind of surrounding, understand, we know what level of performance you're going to get, but I think you can also create special memories in those moments.
Only person that says they were trash is Lee Gunner's fanboys. I mean, I watch Lee Gunner as well. I always watch his match reactions and that. They're brilliant.
So I'm hoping that against PSG we can create a special moment, but I think for us to be part of it will be an incredible moment and a marker in the women's history in this wonderful football club. So it's a balance point. I think we'll strike.
I've not really played a lot of Football Manager, Drake. I literally just played FIFA and FC 24 and that, but I play FC 24 sometimes on World Class, and I end up getting hammered, so that's why most of the time I stick to professional, because I find World Class too hard.
that balance point with the other 5 games, obviously 3 away, 2 at Lee, and then with the rest, the other one at Old Trafford. So I think it's a lovely, hopefully it's a poetic night, and we've just got to make sure we do that with the.
This actually thing is like back at Ben Yama being the fastest down at turn 1, but it's Marquez who still wins the race regardless. Thanks. That's exactly right.
Performance and a result.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Have a good day.
Thanks, Simon. Tom, please.
Good morning, Mark. Thanks for your time. I just wanted to ask, I guess, first of all, how Joe and Scott are doing.
I can't slide. This guy sounds like an Eagle fanboy. Only he can answer that one, but yeah.
Obviously, they knew Matt so well, and just what you've been able to do as a group of staff to just kind of just be there for each other this week, and maybe what you've been struck by with their professionalism over the last sort of 7 days.
Yeah, look, to go back to the game, it's a really. I was stood next to, as we were doing the minute silence, I stood next to Scott and Joe, and I could hear and I could feel them. I could feel their emotion. That was in physical tears, but also they understand with their extremely professional mindset that then they flip into game mode. Because, and again, Tom, this, Beardy would have done the same. So it would have been that kind of, he knew how to flip the switch to be performance. So, and then afterwards, I think it's making sure I've spoken to the club about support should they need it. I know the LMA have reached out, and I know the WSL have reached out to see anybody that needs support. I think in the moment, right now it's just about talking. We said about keeping the memory of him alive and having good conversation around it. So I think rather than push it back and not talk about it, feel the emotion.
Well, we'll see, Drake. It's like if one wins the trophy, they had the better season. If the other team doesn't, then they had the worst season.
Of it, and then really continue to add that as part of your life. Like I said it before, and I wasn't joking. Like, we want to be part of the conversation to be continuous, so that actually you can understand that. I think both of them are incredibly professional. In all honesty, they describe it as up and down, as a disbelief, really. As a disbelief, they did.
Maybe that's the case, but the reason why we haven't got more wins is because this manager refuses to change the system.
Feel that anything like this would ever happen. So, but I think also it'll take time to come to terms with it, really. I think that's just human nature. But the reality is we'll be here for them. As a football community as well, we'll be here for each other. So if we can do that, then, we'll celebrate.
Not keen on some Hughes Lee Gunner has, as I said in the past, but he is spot on when it comes to the RCS. He is.
The man's life, and I look forward to being part of that.
Thank you, Mark. Really wish them well. And I guess I wanted to also just ask a bit on the game with regards to that, I suppose, particularly with Liverpool. How do you prepare for this Liverpool team? And do you sense that they're going to, almost like extra motivated to win because of the kind of week they've had? They're almost like they're going to want to win format. And how do you counter that? With just transferring it into a tactical and sort of a football game rather than making it become a game of emotions in that way.
That's the balance point, Tom. That's exactly the balance point we have to strike in this game. It'll be a difficult one because, as I say, you never know until the moment whether it's going to over emotionally stimulate Liverpool, and they won't know that till the moment. The players won't know that. I think from Gaz and that they'll be experienced enough to know how to set the team up. You're just not going to know. I'm sure they'll have energy at times, Tom. I'm sure they'll have high energy that we're going to have to soak the pressure up and deal with. But I think we'll speak about that. We'll speak about that as a team and how we approach the game to understand that we're going to absorb a lot of their energy, how to take the sting out of games at times. And I think, and really, just then exploiting with the quality we have.
XG, this XG,
You know, hopefully
and
make
this
it a
guy
night
doesn't
that they
watch
don't
football.
remember for
He just looks at the
result-wise, but obviously
statistics
remember
after the
celebration
game.
for that side.
Thanks. Okay, that's the end of Marc Skinner's press conference. You hear how well he answers the media. I mean, absolutely brilliant. Right, let's have a look. Yep, so like actually in it, Josh, right? Yep. Yeah, tomorrow, as long as we have better actually, we'll be happy. Results will come later into season. Spot on, mate. A bit like Henry talks ours. Trust the process, and he also cooking some of the best games. I'll never trust the process. Henry talks shit, Josh, right? Yep, I agree. Completely agree. But anyway, that is the end of tonight's show, people. What an epic show it's been tonight. You know, you guys in the live chat have absolutely smashed it tonight. You know, that was such a good stream, people. Honestly, you made that so entertaining. But anyway, we are going to be redirecting to Lee Gunner now. He is currently live with press conference reaction himself. Sleep well, Mr. Joshy J. Bash. Yeah. Big up to you, Drake, yeah? And keep the sense of humour, mate. You know, I don't agree with everything you say, but, you know, literally, your sense of humour is just gold. Night, Josh, mate. Come on, United tomorrow. Big up, Josh. Have a great weekend. Great stream. See you tomorrow. Bash. Drake won't say happy. Will you be in Rutterstock's Watch Loans? I'll probably be in the live chat at some point. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Don't forget, Glazers out, Ineos out, Amorim out, and brown envelopes in the bin as well. Don't forget Mr. Joshy J. Raid. Bye-bye.